Welcome to Talks and Sips. I am your host with the most, Jayfoxx, and just like any angsty teenager, this show too has gone through its phases. It's not just a phase, Mom. Hair flip or hair covering the eyes, whatever works. And now, like any young person does, it's in its promiscuous phase. What does that mean? Every week, with a revolving door of guests, I'll be interviewing people from all walks of life, passionate to share what makes them glow, like this setup here. All while talking and sipping and keeping things informationally funny, of course, because that's always very important. So, you know, what will we learn today, but also have a good time doing it? My music producer, Benny Martinez, and I are making jingles every single week to give y'all sexy people a hint at the very beginning of the show of who our guest is for the week. What do they do? What makes them glow? Your faves from previous seasons are back, baby. Yeah, they are. Quick facts, problem solving, tangent time, and of course, sips of judgment. And for those even sexier people, yes, you can be more than just normal sexy. You can be sexier. Who would love to support while receiving more content. Patreon Plus will come out every Thursday. In the pod, we talk about these experiences, but on Patreon Plus, guys, we get to see it firsthand, right there, in person. So make sure you guys join the party and help your girl out, support, become a patron, of course. But without further ado, we gotta introduce you to our guests, so check out this jingle. Sweet treats are made by thee. Who am I to not eat treats? Hasn't traveled the world, but Marceline, your candied apples up for consumption. Disney might want to use you, but your boyfriend, he likes to be used by you. Our siblings want to abuse you, cause they really want to get into Disney too, and it's a problem.
It's a problem getting to Disney for everybody right now.
Even
okay.
Without the pass.
The hookups.
The hookup. Anyway. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Anyways, hello. My name is Aaron. I am her younger brother.
Hey, thanks for coming on to the show and being my first guest on the revamp.
Yes, I'm excited. It is June. It is your first podcast back with the whole new program.
A whole
and
new program.
New outline.
Hey, did you guys guess based off of the song who was coming in today? I hope it gave you guys like, they're talking about Disney, they're talking about candy, they're talking about lovers. Okay, guys, so you have a drink of choice here, and I want to talk about this drink of choice. What does it say? What is happening there?
Well, my cup says tired and gay because, 1, I'm tired, and 2, I'm hella gay. So... yeah.
What? I couldn't tell. Oh,
Come
my
on, girl.
goodness. Come on, girl. Oh, what happened to you over there?
I got injured at work.
What? Oh, which is what I want to talk to you about. And, okay, so if you're tired and gay, cup, what are you drinking?
I am drinking an extra dry martini.
An extra dry?
Extra dry martini.
Is it like the Grand Canyon in your throat?
It's more like I'm going to get drunk in about 4 sips, and that's about it.
You can thank Joshua Taylor for that.
Yes.
Okay, so if you were to give your drink a name, what would your drink's name be? Let's look at everything we're looking at here. For those that aren't watching, but hopefully you can, because now we're going to have video on Spotify. What's happening on your cup? What's material? And then based off of that, why would you give it the name that you did?
Well, not based on the cup, but based on the actual drink.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty obvious. It's like your mother's vagina.
Oh my gosh, we have the same mother. Ew.
She's older in age and she hasn't got laid, so it's like our mother's vagina.
Okay, so what's her name?
What, the drink?
Yeah.
Your mother's vagina.
Oh my God. Okay, I thought you were just describing my mother's vagina.
No, it's literally called your mother's vagina.
Got it. Okay, so your mother's vagina, she's, tired and gay, and she's old. Where does she work? What's her 9 to 5?
Her 9 to 5?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea, but she's retired. She's ready to just
Okay, so she
Watch
doesn't have a
Netflix.
job, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
What you're
she's
saying is that she's
retired.
retired because she's tired.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Ah, maybe that's why they came up with that name. Okay, so what does she do when she goes to the grocery store and the avocados are $6 each?
She tries to steal one. If not, she goes to the neighbor's yard and steals one from their tree.
And this is just her everyday, right?
This is her everyday.
Got it. And so at the end of the day, when she goes to bed, what does she think to herself?
I have no idea. I'm not going to lie. I'm not good at improv. I don't know how to say yes and.
At least that's fair. That's fair. Okay. So what does your old, or what was it, your old mother, or your mother's old vagina?
Just your mother's vagina.
What does she make you feel?
Do you not get the reference joke?
No.
Oh, I guess you don't watch Drag Race, but yes, it's like one of the reads.
Oh, okay. Do you want to? So I feel like we're going into a tangent already. So do you want to explain to the listeners what that is for those that don't know?
Well, RuPaul's Drag Race has been on since I think 2008. But
That's a long time.
yeah, it's been a while. I remember seeing the second season, just flipping through this TV stations, and I was like, "What is this? I want to watch it," but I couldn't because I was a closeted teenage boy.
A closeted teenage boy. And that's actually why I brought you here today. And I think it's still summertime. Like you said, it's June. And, you know, we like are going to show in a few days a Pride Festival in LA. And you just like glowing in your element. I was trying to do some research on the whole, you said it was called being a confectioner? No.
Yes.
Yes. So would you be a confectionist?
No, just a confectioner.
Okay,
There's
okay.
no is.
All right, all right. So I was looking at it, and then I was looking at chemical engineering, and then I was like, wait, these are almost the same damn thing. It hit me like a bag of bricks. I was like, oh, what? Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about today, because you obviously make the delicious apples. You were a closeted gay. You're clearly into RuPaul. And so, like, I could go more into why sugar and blah, blah, blah. But it was so above my head when I literally had to pull up confectionery for kids online in order to like understand, because the other site was like, and then there's bubbles, and then the sugar melts, and then something about a room at X degrees, and I was like, you lost me, bro.
Okay,
I'm done.
So you're like engineering and confectioning is like two different things, but it's really not.
But it's
confectioning
not.
is a science. Like,
So does that make Willy Wonka a scientist?
yeah, he was creating all kinds of crap. He was making kids freaking fart, and then like he made them float, and then you had to fart or pass gas to freaking fall down.
So clearly,
Like,
you heard it here first, guys. Willy Wonka was a scientist and a freak. And Charlemagne is now going to be the new Willy Wonka. Do you think he'll be able to supersede Johnny Depp?
I don't think anybody will be able to supersede Johnny Depp. Like, if you
Come
see
with me.
the video on how he's explaining, like, when he first got on set,
Yeah.
and then he just started making that voice, it's so weird to see him go from, like, regular Johnny to, like,
Oh,
Willy Wonka. It's
It
insane.
clicks.
Like,
It's crazy.
it's kind of like
It's called
how
range,
Heath
baby.
Ledger did the Joker. It's
Mm.
insane to see, like, a normal person to then a full-on character.
Got it. Oh, because we already went off on tangents here, I do want to just share that what I am drinking out of this cup. This happens literally in the past too. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm drinking stuff too. I have a mango cart, and this is in no way affiliation with them, but thanks for making a yummy product. All right, so let's talk about this. What part do you want to break down first? Do you want to talk about how you were a closeted gay that went from chemical engineering to confectionery, or do you like? Tell us your journey. Come with me.
Oh my gosh.
And you'll find.
I would have never made that connection. I'm not gonna lie.
Aaron something. No, seriously. I had to read this confectionery facts for kids, and then I was like, oh.
It's a whole science. Temperature, like degrees, just the state of the room, the temperature in the room can mess up your product.
You messed
Real
me
bad.
up. That's where I was like, I can't. The whole temperature of the room thing, I was like, what?
Yeah, it's insane. We make candy canes. Well, I don't make candy canes. It's a specific group that makes candy canes at work, and they work in a 110-degree room.
Oh my gosh.
And that's without the 300-degree kettle going. It's insane. And then we have to clean everything, because if there's any kind of sugar, chocolate, anything, it can get into the sugar mixture that they have on the table, and it can crystallize, and then there goes the whole thing. Like, they can't even use part of it.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's such an expensive error.
Yeah. Well, sugar's not that expensive, but it's still a giant error. It's like it's a timely error.
So today I was watching my friend bake some cookies, and she was like, "Did you know that brown sugar versus regular white sugar, I guess, can make all the difference on how long something cooks or how it like crystallizes?" I was like,
Yes.
Whoa. So you couldn't like go, "Hey, I'm making this recipe. Let me throw in this sugar because I don't have this other sugar." Like, no, you would never do that.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different factors, from the way your oven heats to the way you cool stuff down to the exact time that you take things out of the oven if you're baking something, to if you're putting in like cold butter to melted butter to room temperature butter.
Dude, she was shaving the skins off of limes. I was like, I don't know what needs this, but apparently something does.
The zest.
The zest. Okay. So let's keep going. You want to tell me about, because you're my sibling, and I think your experience coming out versus me figuring it out later on in life is like, we were, what is it, two ships in the night, right? Like, I had no idea what was happening, and you were like going through it. So when did you finally come out, and like how was that all? And then the one thing too that I remember that I thought was so amazing that you did was when you were still going to school to be an engineer, and you started a whole like club for kids or college students who were going and doing engineering, and they were also like had a club to be gay and proud and like smart, and like tell me about that.
Well, let's start from the beginning. I knew I was gay for a while. In middle school, one of my friends actually came out as bisexual, and she would get teased like all the time. But she was a badass and she really wanted to punch everybody that was like teasing her. But I was like, no, don't choose violence. But
no, girl, no, you better than that.
Yeah, but I wasn't brave enough like her to come out and tell people like, hey, I'm gay, or I'm possibly gay, or I'm interested in guys. But pretty much I was in the closet because, our mother was very religious, and so are our grandparents. But then eventually my mother caught me being a bad child on the interwebs.
See, just like this show, having a revolving door of guests. Promiscuous boy.
Well, I wasn't with people. I was just looking at things, okay? Who doesn't at that young, ripe age of like 12 or 13?
Oh, man, this is an awkward convo because we have a nephew that is 15, 16 right now.
We know what he does in the shower. Let's not pretend that these long-ass showers are very innocent. We just let him be, and then he'll become a man, and hopefully he's not weird.
You know, when you said that, my brain went to that Mulan song when they're all like, time to be...
Oh, I'll make a man out of you?
Yeah, I'll make a man out of you.
That song did slap.
Joshua is here, our other producer.
Yes.
All right. Josh, wait, while you're doing what? Oh my gosh. He's like scrubbing the toilet. Ass up, scrubbing the toilet. I'll make a man out of you.
And then he comes out with the drapes when they're in drag at the end. He puts the Ajax on his face to put the white powder. Of course.
My goodness. Okay. So nice tangent, guys. I love it. We're on 3 already. Okay. So mom figured it out, and then what happened?
She wasn't very accepting of it. So then we had moved to a new house and a new high school and everything.
Right, and I was no longer there.
Yeah, it was just my mom, Isaiah, our younger brother, and then myself.
We call him Evil Elmo.
Yes, and then my mother's husband to be, but because I was new to high school and no one knew me, I was like, I can be gay here at school and no one would care.
I can be a new person.
Pretty much like how people reinvent themselves. That was me. I was still shy, but I was out at school and people knew. And then at home, I'd be like, okay, I'm like a good student. I'm a good son. I'll behave my butt. But then
because B's were for bitches, right?
Yeah.
He would get a lot of A's. The moment he got a B, I remember it'd be like, you're just dropping the ball, aren't you? You just don't care about your future. Mom, I got a B.
That was for like the first 2 years of high school. And
Oh,
then I
geez.
was like, I'm getting a D in history because I suck at history.
Bro, don't we all? But you know what? So does history. History sucks at history. Anyway.
That's true. It's true.
All right. So
Okay.
then you're graduating, right?
Yeah, so I graduated and then we had moved away from my mom's husband. I don't even know if we can call him our stepdad. But
Hey, they're divorced now.
yeah.
So that didn't work out.
So then we were in like our apartment together, and in college I was like, yeah, I'm hella gay. Everybody's here's gay, like
Woo!
pretty much
La
out and
vida
proud.
loca.
It's kind of like that scene from Love, Simon where he's like, college is gonna be so different, and he has like that gay montage. That was kind of like what I felt. But then I was like, nah, I have to go to school. Like, I'm also here to learn.
Yeah. And so I know you were working at Knott's and you were already kind of making, what was that candy?
It was fudge.
You were making fudge, but there was the other like plasticky looking candy.
What plastically?
It's like in the white wrappers.
No, we didn't make taffy. We only made fudge.
Oh, my bad. Different. Oops, wrong person. Okay. okay. So you were making something.
Yeah.
And then why did you choose chemical engineering?
Well, I went in as a civil engineer because I was like, oh, our brother-in-law is a
Right.
civil engineer,
Yeah.
and he's making decent money, and I like doing this. And I looked at other engineering fields, and they seemed too complicated. One of them was like major physics involved, and I was not about to do that. So then I decided on civil, and they didn't have the emphasis that I wanted at Cal Poly Pomona. So then I decided, after taking my chemistry courses, that I wanted to become a chemical engineer because I was like, I like this.
You're like, these
and they
bubbles
have,
are
like,
cool.
what I want. Yeah. And then I did actually want to become a pyrotechnic engineer.
Right. I thought at some point I was like, does this fool want to make roller coasters?
No, I never wanted to make roller coasters because that's the one that involves a lot of physics.
Yeah,
But
no.
I did want to make fireworks because I'm a pyromaniac at heart, kind of, every 4th of July.
Every 4th of July.
But yeah, I was like chemical engineering with a minor in materials because it only involved 2 or 3 additional classes. So then that was my mindset. But then organic chemistry came along and it started kicking my ass.
Oh.
So then after failing it, I think twice, I was like, let me take a break from school and let me see if this is what I really want to do with my
Yeah.
life, because I was getting financial aid, but they only give you enough financial aid for I think 4 or 5 years at the time.
Right.
And I was like, I can't waste this.
Right.
Because I can't afford to go to school on my own.
Because we can't afford to go to school.
That's a whole nother topic on Talks and Sips. Organic chemistry was kicking my ass.
Of course. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I
You
can't
don't know.
math.
You can't even science. You see? It was science, not even math.
Whoa. This is why I
Wow.
entertain. I was elected to lead, not to read.
But the funny thing is, you're still kind of in a STEM field because you use technology to like record yourself, record your voice,
true.
your visuals, like. So you're kind of an engineer, but not with
Thanks.
the education.
You heard it here first on Talks and Sips by my used to be a chemical engineer brother. I am an engineer. Anyway.
It's like a honorary doctorate when they come and make a speech. You're like Taylor Swift
I'm
now.
Taylor Swift. Okay.
Okay, sorry for the tangent.
Tangent time.
But so then I decided to take a break, and I was working full time at the friendliest place on earth at the time.
At the time.
I don't want to say the name because I don't know if we have the copyright to it. But that's when I left for Disney, and that's when I became a full-time confectioner. And I always like making treats and sweets.
Yeah.
So then that's why I
Absolutely.
stayed there. And it's going well. I enjoy it. I wish we made more product, but at the same time, we have to think about it economically and then time-wise and then work-wise. Because not everybody has a background in confectioning or even
Right.
working
So you're
with
teaching, a lot of
sugar
people are
and chocolate.
learning on the go then.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's not, like you said, you were talking about temperature in the room, and like that's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy to learn. So kudos to the confectioners at Disneyland.
Yes. We do work hard. Trust me, we do. We make it look easy in the window.
Yeah.
But it definitely is not.
So if you guys are wondering about the song, when I said, what was the line I wrote?
You mentioned Marceline.
Oh, I said, hasn't been around the world but Marceline. So Marceline is the candy apple place right in downtown Disney.
Yes, it's right next to the dress shop, and it has the giant glass wall.
And you can watch them slave away in front of those ovens.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you guys look cute doing it. I mean, hey. Okay, so did the group, while you were in college, before you did the change from just you're like, I'm gonna take a break from college, and then that kind of just became permanent, right? Like you were like, I'm gonna become a confectioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That break, like for most people, it became a permanent departure from school.
So you guys know how that goes, right? So don't take breaks, because that just makes you just never come back. But unless you're gonna find your true calling, and I think that's what you did here.
Yeah.
So what are your goals with this? Do you want to open up your business? Do you want to become like confectioner supreme at Disneyland? Like what are you thinking?
Well, I want to actually start like exploring on my own with different product.
Yeah.
But I do want to go back to school. I think I'm going to go for an MBA.
Ooh.
So I'll have like a business degree because I was good at math and science. But yeah, so then I can run my own business and see where it goes with that.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to do it. I think a lot of times there needs to be a little bit of prep that goes into stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Even with this. But then that's maybe, I don't know, 20% of it. And then the rest of it is just do it.
Pretty much.
Like Shia LaBeouf says, make your dreams come true. Okay. So with that being said, where is everything with mom now? Like, where is everything in your relationship? Like, where, as far as that goes?
Well, with mom, we had a rough patch, and I lived with you for a little bit.
Yep.
But after pretty much laying out like all the cards and calling her out on her BS, like we finally have gotten to a point where she's accepting and she loves me and I love her.
That's great.
And we respect each other. She is my mom. I am her son. But at the same time, we're like two adults.
Right.
We have our own lives. We can respect that. And we all go through things. So she's gone through things that I will never go through. I have gone through things that she will never go through.
Right. But as adults now, and like, adults that love each other, there's a bond and a respect there now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I know that no one likes to say, like, I'm a mama's boy, but I was definitely a mama's boy.
You were absolutely a mama's boy.
Well, yeah, because I lived with her the longest, other than Isaiah. But
well, you're a mama's boy, where Isaiah is like her Norman to her Norma Bates.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's like just a fine line there.
Yeah. I'm not in a weird relationship with her, okay? There's no weird relationship.
There's no weird relationship with my mother. Evil Elmo owns that.
We just like to make fun of people at the same time.
and it is kind of nice to see, because the other day I was at home and she was like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm like, oh, you're not going to take your nap? She's like, no, Victor wants to go see Top Gun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool. You guys are just going to go to the movies together? Like, rad.
Yeah.
No Aaron?
And that brings up Victor, my partner. We're going to celebrate 7 years in about a month. So on July 17th.
Wow, this will definitely be out by
July
then.
15th. My bad. Don't get mad at me.
Ooh, you really don't love me.
Off by 2 days. I get my years mixed up. I forget that I'm so old now, okay?
You've been together forever. Okay. Yeah. And so what happened to that group you started in college? I feel like I'm infatuated with them.
OSTEM, it was a branch off of the national group, but basically it's called OSTEM. It stands for Out in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics.
That's so cool.
So basically anybody that identifies anywhere on the spectrum, like even allies are allowed to join. And we actually started at Cal Poly Pomona. I haven't gone back to see how it's doing, but I heard that it was doing pretty well.
Okay.
I was there the first year that it was created, and we actually got to go to the East Coast and go to the national conference with a bunch of other college students.
That's awesome.
That were in charge of their group
on
campus, on their campuses. and it was fun. It was a nice experience. It was nice to see other people that were part of the rainbow.
And that were
just
super smart.
Yeah, pretty much. And it just, the whole idea of OSTEM was to help you be able to identify in the spectrum, but also be in the field of STEM.
That's cool.
And you're able to have other people there that identified with you in the struggles, not only with, at the time, just like homophobic bosses, homophobic like coworkers, and then just the struggle of being out in a very predominantly like straight male field.
Yeah. And that's huge because that's, I think, I don't even know. I think, and this is tangent time, but they were saying like even in disc golf, there's a lot of players that are still closeted. And so they're slowly starting to come out now because it was this weird, like, it's just kind of been stuck in this, like, Renaissance version of itself.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, we have more players now. We have more following. You have more, like, different brands that are making different discs. So obviously it's evolving. But with that evolution, so does the dynamic interpersonally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so just recently, there's more like better players that are coming out. They're like, yeah, like let's make sure we don't like kind of block off the opportunity for more people to come and play and enjoy the sport.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. People are like, oh, where were all these gay people? We were always there. People just there were like men and women that got married and like had kids.
But it was on the low.
Well, no, they were like, yeah, they were like, I'm straight. I have a husband. I have a wife.
Oh, are you
and then
saying
they have kids, and now
had,
they're like, I'm out and proud, guys. Children. I'm gay.
What is it? The beard and
the beard. I don't know what the
for the women
female.
Is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I don't know. But yeah, for like gay men, their beards and stuff. But yeah, it's crazy to think like long ago, which is now like 20, 30 years, if not more, people were like in the closet, had families, and now they're all like, hey guys, I was gay the entire time. Yeah. I just had to act straight or else I'd get
like Ricky Martin.
Pretty much, yeah. Ricky Martin, Adam Lambert at the time.
Oh yeah,
like,
Adam Lambert, for
he was
sure.
very flamboyant, but he was trying to be straight.
He was like metrosexual, like our brother-in-law Lewis.
Yes, very metro.
Lewis is gonna come out one day, I swear.
Yeah. No,
I'm just kidding.
He's very just metro.
He's very metro. Okay, I guess the last thing I want to ask you is like we got to, and again, you can watch this on Patreon Plus. We got to see you experience like a whole festival, a whole block of people that once couldn't do that. Like, what was that like for you? And obviously, I don't know. Is it your first Pride festival or?
It's actually my second.
Okay.
This was the first year that Los Angeles did it apart from West Hollywood.
Oh, gotcha.
So I was confused myself, like a bunch of people out there.
Yeah, they're like, what's happening?
But it was fun. This is my second time going. The first time I went with my coworker in 2018.
Got it.
And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I was like, music festival, I don't know what this is because I'm not a big music festival kind of guy. Mm-hmm. But I had a good time then and I had a good time now. It's just crazy to be around other people that are like me but also different. Yeah. And there's like all kinds of different people. And then now the rainbow flag has included other colors.
Yeah, there's so many other flags now. I'm like, fudge, I got to do a learning.
Yeah.
Because there's so many.
There's a ton.
I wanted to, and Flag Day was this month too, which was for the American flag.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was like interesting because it's like, oh, Flag Day just went, and now there are so many variations of flags.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
But yeah, I had to educate myself too because I was like, oh, I'm with the rainbow, but then there are like, there's color schemes, right. There's other color patterns.
Yeah, some of those I need to learn because I think they're so cute, but not to You know what? I'm just gonna stop now. I can't be appropriating flags.
No, watch you using the trans flag, and you're like a full-on cis woman.
I know. I'd be like,
I would slap her for you guys.
I just really like the colors, and because I'm that naive and innocent sometimes, like
no, you can't be that way.
Okay, well, I won't be adopting any flags that don't belong to me. So there you go.
Yes. You're the ally. Remember?
Yes. Okay, so I want to play a small game of Would You Rather with you. Are you down?
Okay, I'm down. I'm down to do what. Would you rather? Victor, don't yell at me, okay? Jessica sprung it on me, kind of.
Would you rather be trapped with RuPaul, okay, on January 6th? Do you remember what happened January 6th?
Yes, the insurrection.
Yeah, so you and RuPaul, you guys have weapons, but they're fashionable.
Okay.
Okay, and you're stuck there where everything is happening, right? Or would you have everything malfunction on a 12-hour day in Marceline?
Oh, that's hard.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it all depends on the weapon or like what's going on.
Okay.
So if at the insurrection, RuPaul and I had like a gun where like we can make people just end up in their bikinis, like pull on top and bottom.
Yeah, I love that.
I would be there. I'd be like shooting all them people. That guy with the little horn hat, he'd be like in a bra and a friggin' G-string. Like, and then they'd be like running in the cold.
The guy with the horns
Yeah.
and a G-string?
Yeah.
That would be so epic.
Full bra and G-string.
It's like sequins?
Yes.
Like this cup?
Or laced.
Ooh. And then they're like, no, I'm a straight
I'm butt naked. Bye. They'd be running away.
Okay.
But then Marceline's, well, everything. I've been there when it's a hot mess at work.
Oh, really?
But it's okay. So honestly, it'd be, from the fun part, it would be RuPaul at the insurrection. But for like financial wise, I'd be at work.
But I wouldn't miss. Okay. All right. So now I want you to play along with me. I'm RuPaul. And you're you. And we're at this place.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm like laughing already. And we have pink guns, laser guns.
Okay.
And where are we? We are in the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay. And we want to help stop this chaos.
Nancy Pelosi, we're going to go save Nancy Pelosi.
Okay. So we're running down the hall. And I'm like, I got you, sissy. Because I feel like RuPaul would say that.
Hey, yo, sis.
Hurry up, girl. Okay. And so then we find Nancy Pelosi, and then there's like 5 guys there, and one of them has a gun, and the other one has a flag. And what do we do? Do we cover her? Do we jump in front of her? Like, no. What do we do?
Well, first of all, RuPaul and I, we'd probably like try to distract the guy with the gun, and RuPaul like loves to talk sometimes.
Yeah, he loves to talk.
So I'd let him distract, and then I'd be like,
Whatcha-cha?
yeah. You know what? If drag queens were at the insurrection, shit would have got done.
You think so?
Yeah.
I
ladies,
think so.
Them like 7-foot ladies with like the big ass hair with the 7-inch stilettos, like they would have taken off their stilettos, started beating on people. Like,
just like gouging eyes. Gah!
Not gouging eyes.
No, that's
but
too
like,
mean. No. Okay.
Just like being like, get the hell out of here. All them like guys that were like this tall would have literally shit their pants and ran away.
Also, I want to just add that all those guys outside of shitting their pants and running away would probably be like, yeah, okay. I'd
Not
smash.
gonna lie, some of the guys would have been like, "Are you a woman?"
Like, oh my god,
they would have had a whole Eddie Murphy situation.
100%. Oh my god. Well, now you know how Aaron would have handled the insurrection with RuPaul. Drag, baby.
Just throwing people wigs and crap and been like,
your fucking diamond-studded bras.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been fucking great. All right, so have you remember the show Nailed It?
Yes.
Do you? Okay, what were like some of your favorite Nailed It moments that you were like, ooh? And because we're gonna do some sips of judgment right now, and then we're gonna like, you're either gonna be like sipping like, ooh, or you're gonna go a gulp, or you're just gonna, and those are like your 3 levels of like rage and dismay.
And there's been times where people just neglect ingredients. There's been a couple times where people forget like butter, or they forget to add like sugar to certain things.
Has anyone ever added oil instead of butter by accident? Or
a
like,
lot of people.
oh boy. Or like this one time, tangent time. I made an Alfredo pasta and I was like, I'm out of milk. So I put coconut milk in there. That was a mistake, bro.
No, they're different consistencies.
I was like, why does my Alfredo pasta taste like coconut? This is bad.
And this is how she nailed it at home.
Nailed it at home.
You're supposed to be like building a structure.
Yeah.
And fondant is very flimsy and it dries out and it eventually becomes like breakable. So modeling chocolate is there for structure.
Oh my
You
God.
see, engineering at its finest.
Engineering, baby.
Engineering is all around you. Oh, so they basically have a giant pile of cake crumbs and they're all like, let me just put fondant on it. Oh my God. I can't believe they just did that. Like, I'm not even kidding you. But they're average people, so you've done that shit before. I know you have.
Oh my God. You actually reminded me of a time that I did a cake for my friend because a long time ago, they made a cake for Rihanna and it was a MAC lipstick, right? And it was beautiful round fondant, right?
Yeah.
And I tried to do a MAC lipstick. It was the most embarrassing. They're like, it looks like a number one.
A lot of cakes out there look like number ones, but at least I give them A for effort, okay? A for effort.
Yeah.
But if you're on a TV show, that A for effort, like, it's gone. You're on a TV show. You got there somehow.
You're trying to make money. Make money.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
Okay, how about this one?
It's the same reaction. I'm sorry.
It's all
kind of just
garbage.
like shame. It's like, I hope people don't think this is what I make. I know people that make beautiful cakes, and this is not one of them.
But also, you can judge him every single day when he's at work, especially if he's like at the window at one of the Disney.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you can judge us. We all mess up.
Yeah.
You'll see me like doing something, and if I mess up, you'll see me finish it, but then walk away because I'm just done.
You're so embarrassed.
So embarrassed.
But it's Disney, so it has to stay wholesome, right? You can't just be like,
I can't just be like,
fuck this apple. This apple fucking sucks.
I've totally wanted just to throw like it in the trash, but
you
we
can't.
can't do it in front of people.
Oh.
We're not supposed to do it in front of people.
See,
But we also don't throw it in the trash. We send it to like get turned into pig food, I think. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys! Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, food scraps.
Hey, how cold are those rooms that you're in?
We try to keep them like within 60 to 70 degrees.
Get out.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty
freezing.
cold.
But
It's
it has to
cold.
be because of the whole chemical processing of all that sugar.
Yeah, because like it's kind of like when you put a chocolate bar in your car and then it melts and then it resolidifies overnight. And the oils start to separate, and that's where you get the white film from.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now you know that they're freezing out these poor. Are you guys in a union?
Yeah, we're unionized.
Shoo! Hey, you heard it here first. They ain't no chumps.
No.
All right. Also, I really, really like the outfits you guys to get to wear at work.
It's amazing because it's all white, but then at the same time, it's all white. So if you get stained, you see
like
it.
all over.
And
like
then we work with food
caquitas.
coloring, so
Yeah,
then just
oof.
one and it's there.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's like my favorite song. Josh always sings that song to me because when I'm drunk, I start singing it even more.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, this is funny. We're not doing that.
No. I'm sorry, Josh. You've seen her drunk.
All right. So, okay. Let's, we did 10 tangents today.
Yes.
For tangent time. So apologies, not apologies. Sorry, not sorry.
Calm down, Demi Lovato.
Oh my God. Okay. So what is the final question like that you have for the audience because usually in the past I would just come up with something and then I said, I'm tired. So I don't want to do it anymore. So what would you like more people to talk and sip about?
How does someone properly deal with their emotions?
Right.
That's kind of like.
Are you asking them to navigate their emotions better, or are you asking them to like know that if they're feeling something perhaps to reach out to someone, to not deal with it alone?
Pretty much a two-part question. Like, how do you navigate through your emotions, and then how do you respond, or how do you cope with your emotions? Because there's different like ways to do it.
Yeah.
There's like bad ways, alcoholism.
Yeah.
But
there's everything can be a vice. Everything in the world can be a vice. Working too hard, working too much, there's working out too much, there's eating too much. Like anything that's done at an excess can be problematic, right?
Exactly.
So in a way I feel like you're asking the audience, like, how do you handle your emotions? It's more of a reflective question for people.
Yeah.
And that's good. I think that's great because, like, if I were listening to this, I'd be like, okay, he's asking this. And so it makes you there's that retrospect and go, how do I handle my emotions? And I think a lot of the times people want to self-help and people want to better themselves, but they don't always have the tools to do so. So when they hear this type of question, it makes them take a second to step back and go, how do I? And that helps with accountability in the long run. Like if you are having a really hard time dealing with your emotions, okay, maybe I need help with this. So that's really cool. And that's the thing. Yeah, I think in your case, and it's very similar to many people, they didn't have any, what you would consider what do you call it? Like a safety network.
Yeah.
Right. And so like none of us, our siblings, like we weren't around because mom went off and got married and did all that. Right. So you were more so isolated. So if anything, because we have technology and we have more resources now, as opposed to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. Knowing that you're not alone, knowing that you don't have to isolate, knowing that there's like people that are going to love you and accept you regardless of who in your family will accept you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either you're biological or you're chosen. Because again, this whole emotions topic goes in with pride. Like, there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to identify or are scared to come out, especially with like legislation that's getting put out, like Florida and stuff like that. And it's just being able to deal with, or not deal with it, but how to process your emotions.
How to navigate, where to go next with it.
Exactly.
Right. Don't be a sitting duck. Be proactive.
Exactly.
Awesome. I love that. That's awesome. Well, guys, that wraps up our show today. And thank you to my brother, Aaron. His handle is at YouGoRococo. I used to think it was like Rococo. Like that. Like I wanted to say it like that. Make sure to give him a follow. And a source that I used today just to kind of look up general things was kids.kittle.confectionery because when I tried to look up confectionery in a different website, it got too sciencey too quickly, and I'm
gonna have to teach you how to do some things.
Like I can't cook, guys. Okay.
None of us can cook, but I sure know how to make a mean treat.
You do make a mean treat. His cake pops at holiday parties, they slap, baby. Mwah!
They are a specialty.
And before we go, I just want to say thank you a lot. Okay, thank you a lot to Sent to Destroy Studios with Chris Bonifay for having my show in his studio. Thank you so much for creating a space for creativity. I want to thank Benny Martinez for his ingenuity in our jingles and every jingle you hear from here on out every week. I want to thank my creative producer and my lover, Joshua Taylor, for helping with gags and different things that you see here. Extra equipment, thank you for Ted Jones for the extra gear. That's really awesome. And visual graphics that you see on social media. Thank you, Eric Ayala. It really does take a team. And thank you, my tired and gay brother, for being my first guest on Talks and Sips, bro. Mwah. I love you. Thanks for sharing your story and the things that make you glow. And
anytime.
What was it? What was her name? Your drink's name?
Your mom's vagina.
Your mom's vagina.
Thank
you for making
Trevor,
a dry martini.
for your mom's
All right,
vagina.
guys. We'll see you next time.
That sounds so
Bye.
bad. Bye.